And there we go. Countdown to 0 on a Tuesday night. And having a drink. That has not cooled down yet. All right. You know what? I'm going to garnish myself a drink too because I'm special. So that means I have to grab two things. We'll see. But a second. Okay, one bit of good news there. I'll take that, and I'll take that. And away we go. All right. Take another peel from my unfeasibly large orange that I'm almost all the way through. I mean, then I suppose I'll juice it. I've taken all the peels of it. Put that in there. Now give myself a cherry, just as a treat, because I deserve a treat. Hello, Sir Lumi. My day was fine, thank you. How was yours? Okay, all right, put that away. I wrote a script for a video, which I'm probably going to shoot tomorrow to go up on Friday. Making a milk clarified pina colada. Because the weekend is rum day and pina colada day. And it's clarifying really slowly at the moment. This is it here. So it might not be what you think of when you think of pina colada. Because rather than mixing in the coconut cream in there, I use it to actually clarify the drink. I might run it through again, actually. You had a random cat yowling at 3 a.m. Ooh, sold some stuff on Marketplace. Nice. Yes, I did some random house of kitchen stuff, dishes and whatnot. Yeah. I did actually take some pictures of what it looked like because it was very dark. So it was basically black before clarifying. Like it's completely opaque and black. And then I mixed it with the coconut cream, which curdled. And so then it went all gross looking and curdled. And now it's coming through clear and quite an amber color. As opposed to this one, this was another rum drink I clarified. Came out much lighter. I mean, you can't really see it because it's so clear. You just like the ice is what you see. Hey, Rays and Icy Saren. Hello. Yes. Now, see this. I always joke that the clarified things look like urine samples. It's just a question of hydration. This person they either need to drink a lot more water or maybe you need to see a urologist. There might be blood in their urine. That's quite dark. Whereas this one, much better hydration. So let me back to work. I'm in this weird transition of switching from contract to permanent. And there's this delay while all the paperwork goes through. And so I'm not working because I won't get paid. But I don't know how long it's going to be till it's all set up and I'll be getting paid again. So I'll be working again. Maybe tomorrow, who knows? You picked up, you got Singer treadle from being serviced. Back into the sewing. Gosh, I remember my grandmother it was a Singer with a treadle. And I think it was a completely sort of manual sewing machine. I don't think there was like any electrics in it. It was completely drill and, it was like classic, like mid to possibly early 20th century sewing machine. Yes. So I'm kind of happy. This is me choosing to have an easy slide into retirement, basically, rather than going after contracts all the time. How did I pull up the other night? Okay, so Saturday night, Abigail's party. I got pretty drunk. I had a mild headache, and I was tired for most of Sunday. I did sleep for an hour or so on Sunday afternoon. But it was one of those nights where the end of it, what happened was somewhat unclear in my memory, and had to ask what had happened because it wasn't completely clear to me. Okay, so yeah, you've got the 1920 Singer manual treadle. Nice. Oh yeah, getting that rhythm of getting a constant motion so the sewing machine goes at a constant rate is the whole thing. Oh gosh, yeah. No, so the video, I think the photos you may have seen were after we finished the live stream. If they're the photos I'm thinking of, drunk me making friends with randos on the street. Yeah, then we went to the city. It was my idea. It's not the best idea I've ever had. The drinkies snuck up on me, basically. Apparently I was falling asleep, falling over. Yeah. So, Rays, you got pretty done in the end of your night. Looked outside and it was Monday. Yeah, that can catch you by surprise. See, so here's my biggest disappointment. We went to a really nice place in the city where we sort of promised we'd take you, the Gin Palace, and we had 2 drinks. I remember the first drink. It was very good. And then Abigail tells me I had a martini, and I don't remember it at all. That annoys me because I am really sure it was a very good martini because they do very good drinks. And to not remember it, annoying. So it is what it is. Yes, I don't often miscalculate the drinkies. Usually happens once or twice a year. I think that's the first time this year. Which is not to say it's the first time I've got drunk. But yeah, having them sneak up on me is the whole thing. So, you're proud of you at a gig. Pint, got merch. Didn't line my blue for ages. Didn't fry your voice or hurt your back. That sounds like a bunch of wins in one night. Excellent going on your part. I'm actually going away this weekend. Going on Friday, so won't be doing streams on Friday or Saturday night. Maybe not Sunday. Coming back on Sunday. Maybe not Sunday, depending how tired I am. If there's a lot of shenanigans on the weekend, I think I'll be fine. But who knows? Probably come back from because we're not going far. Just regions. Visiting a distillery, basically. It's a thing we do. And I'll post reviews when I get back. Because this might be good. And she was like, raised. Okay, yeah. I think, man, if we went out drinking in Melbourne, we'd probably make a lot of friends. So you saw a guy who ghosted you and he was embarrassed. You have a blast. You're so happy. That's pretty funny. No, Icy Saracen, that won't happen because I'm going to be driving. I think both Friday and Saturday night will be a bit of an adventure where we are, but it will be sort of like chill on Sunday. I mean, because, going out the country. Might stop somewhere nice for lunch on the way back. I don't know. It's a bit open-ended. Booked a couple things for the Friday and Saturday. I should double check that, actually. I'm sure hopefully if I made bookings online, I've got email confirmations of my bookings. So I know what I'm doing on Friday and Saturday. But they looked like there were a few interesting places. What are we up to? Tuesday. Okay, I'll try. I'm going to try and remember this tomorrow. Look up email if I had reservations and what I'm happening. Raise life. Yeah, we should have fun. I know Dr. Abigail was a bit worried, like you could tell, oh, there goes the cishet white man who doesn't feel threatened. Well, I do feel threatened by other guys when I'm out, which is why I make friends with them. Oh, yes, we don't want the spicy cough. There is so much of it going around. Yeah. Past 10,000 deaths. Yay, go us. Isis Harrison. Graham and friends. I don't keep in touch, no. I have seen he occasionally still post something on YouTube. Because he lived, up in Queensland. So, okay, statistic I looked up today, and I want to... Oh God, what the hell is that? Okay, the comparison I always do, if you want to see someone who's really fucked it. Okay, so Florida, which has a smaller population than Australia, which has a super fucked governor who spent the whole time pretending COVID wasn't real and refused restrictions, and almost definitely deliberately undercounted deaths by a significant margin. But the official number of COVID deaths in Florida is over 75,000. So people are justifiably concerned the case going up in Australia, passing 10,000 deaths. But there you go, a place that's handled it extraordinarily badly, probably at least 8 times the number of deaths that we had. And in fact, take account, it actually conservatively, per capita and whatnot, Florida would have had at least 10 times the COVID deaths that we've had. Yes, Rays, as a guy, being able to make someone laugh can help a lot. Oh, yeah. You got to pick out the aggros and stay away from them. Rays, you reckon it's the heat that makes them all fuck-ups in Florida? You may be right. Roxanne, so American bleed red, white, and blue. The doctor said it was liver failure. I told him, shut his commie mouth. Yep. Oh, God, I saw a joke. Oh, it was actually Australian rapper Briggs, Indigenous rapper, and one of his tracks, and I forget what the track's called, but he's just talking about, this thing of, and it was black, and it was black, and he's, black pride. And it's just, he said something about his blood, and it was black. The doctor, he said that was bad. That means you're really sick, man. It's not meant to be that color. So yeah, you guts to be careful for that sort of thing. But yeah, I mean, yeah, Florida is a prime example of how bad COVID was if you really fuck it up. Oh my God, is he a hotep? I am not at all familiar with Pan-Africanist Dr. Uma Johnson. I know there is considerable discussion in the Black community in America about white people marrying them and that sort of thing. And again, it's a particular subset who I know Black women call the guys who do this hotep, and that's some Egypt reference, I think. Yeah, there are people who think, hello, Dr. Abigail, how are you? Just chilling out. Already discussed, again, my shenanigans on Saturday night with insisting on talking to randos, much to your concern. Your legitimate concern, I would say. Not dismissing your concern at all. Oh, you got the monitor. Okay, well, I'm going to have to, check it out at some point. 4K 32-inch gaming monitor. Dun, 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 dun. That's a pretty big moment. Oh, I believe I haven't looked into it. I've really only seen headlines, and I'm kind of wary about always drawing conclusions from headlines. But in the Qatar World Cup, they were basically saying you'd get thrown out if you had pride colours. And this is the thing, it's all about money. All those fucking losers who go on about, you go and work. No, companies only, okay, I'm possibly being a tiny bit harsh, but fuck it, I'll be a tiny bit harsh. Companies only do anything about progressive topics because they think it'll make them money, or at least it won't stop them from making money. The thing with, the World Cup should never have been put in Qatar. It's, it's a fucking slave-owning state, basically. And it's just so repressive, and fuck them. But fucking, Jesus, FIFA, how litigious are they? I want to talk about how fucking corrupt FIFA is. And yeah, that's a fair name for it, ICSOS, rainbow capitalism. As I would say to anyone progressive, woke companies are not your friends. You get these fuckwits on the right foaming at the mouth about it. It's just like, oh, Jesus. Yes, Ruki-san, it was Dr. Abigail's birthday on the weekend. Yes. It's Friday, I think. Saturday's stream we called the birthday stream because Dr. Abigail's too busy having a good time on her birthday. So we did hijinks on Saturday night. And it was good. It was a good time. It's good fun. Good fun. So yeah, so I was just thinking, I'd gone ages without making a clarified cocktail, and I've made 3 in the last week. I just finished that one. One's still in the progress of filtering. Oh, Rukashan, I had to have it filled in for me, but I believe shenanigans happened as well. But I made a little short video for 4th of July. I made a red, white, and blue shot, and it was blue absinthe on the top, and so I set it on fire because it's 80% alcohol and it burns really easily. And sprinkled allspice on it, so it all sparkled. It was like 4th of July fireworks. But I made that in the middle of the day, and I made it twice because the first one didn't work that well. I sort of looked at the test video I shot and went, oh, I need to do it again. So I had to make it again. And so that's 2 fairly strong shots. They're both 3-ounce shots, 1 ounce of absinthe 80%. So that's 2 standard drinks. 1 shot of white rum, so that's 1 standard drink, and 1 shot of a red liqueur, so that's about half a standard drink. So there's 2 of those. So that's pretty strong. So I wasn't going to drink them in the middle of the day. So for fun, I clarified them, and it's gotten this really nice color. This sort of, what's that? Acra? Turquoise? I don't know. What color is that? Green, blue. Very nice colors, very clear. And again, the thing before it was clarified was completely opaque. And I haven't tasted this. So, and also there's more I thought the absinthe might be too strong a taste. So when I was clarifying it, I went, oh, fuck it. And I added some brandy and some more fruit liqueur to sweeten it. So that was basically black. It was basically black, and it's come out like this. Milk clarification's awesome. I love what it does. Pretty well. But I haven't tasted this one. I just need to chill the drink because it was just sitting there at room temperature. Oh, yeah, Dr. Abigail, I imagine the physical recovery is, a bit much. Hey, speaking of people who are kind of fucked physically, I talked to Aidsy yesterday, and he is very keen to come on to stream for a while. Might even be this week, like it might be Thursday. I told him I wasn't streaming on Friday or Saturday, so he might come on Thursday. He's soldiering on, the little trooper. He's clearly very unwell, but he misses saying hello to everyone, so he does want to. So maybe sometime in the next week or so, we will see AZ again. We shall see. But yes, he's very keen, and he's thinking of everyone, and he likes it when I tell him everyone's thinking of him. So yeah, we may see him. Oh, man, what does that taste like? You certainly can't get away from the licorice absinthe taste. Wow, that really comes back. The more it kind of sits there, the more it's like, there's that really licorice, slightly bitter absinthe taste. The initial taste is quite sweet. And that, then it the taste just sits on your tongue, and really just lets you know it's there. That might be good with soda, actually. I mean, it's quite nice. I just, that was just a complete experiment. I was just like, okay, I have these really strong shots in the middle of the day that I don't want to drink in the middle of the day. And it's like, fuck it, let's milk clarify it. And then I thought I wanted it a bit sweet. And I think that was a good idea. I think that would just be like pure absinthe taste if I didn't add some stuff. So I added some brandy and some fruit liqueur, and so the thing. Chris, how's the freedom going? Good to see you. And hello, Megaleech. Also, Chris, I just want to say, wasn't the real world like some gross on the nose parody of the US that in the middle of that 4th of July parade, some fucker started shooting people? And of course, everyone was videoing it as a 4th. It was like some very lazily written Black Mirror episode or something. It was just like, man, it's a bit on the nose, honestly. Like if you were doing it in a TV show to make a point that people got shot up on a 4th of July parade, you go, oh, come on. That's very unsubtle. Oh, Chris, yes, celebrate the fact you're not free to do anything. Well, that's what I did as the theme today. I was looking up what happened on this day, July 5th, and a lot actually happened on this day. It's Bikini Day, for those who are interested in such things. And there's also the NHS, the National Health Service, was started in the UK, which the Tories have tried to destroy ever since. But also 170, I think it's 170 years ago exactly, 1852, Frederick Douglass gave his most famous speech that is often referred to as, "What does 4th of July mean to a slave?" Where he basically said, lots of good things about this country. The fucking hypocrisy of slavery is not one of them, though. You're sitting here celebrating freedom while a lot of people are literally in chains. And yes, Alexander, the Tories are running riot in England. It's fucking horrific. Oh, Chris, you watched fireworks shows from a mountainside. That actually sounds really pleasant. That sounds quite pleasant if you had a good vantage point. Man, that is really interesting. So I always make drinks and I have no idea what they're going to be like, and it's not paying. You know what? I should milk clarify my new. I'm kind of obsessed with this death and taxes cocktail, and like over a couple of nights, I had 7 variations of it. And I kind of nailed down 2 that were my favorites. So it's like, okay, I've got a vibe. I'm definitely going to do I've got an available barrel at the moment. I'm definitely going to do a barrel aged version. And then maybe an infinity bottle. I don't know. So, Chris, it was nice until you got off the hill. Oh, no, your car got scraped in a hit and run. Giant firework thrown people across the street. No, that's not good. And he called the cops. Oh, yeah, it didn't get thrown at you. Yeah. Damn. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like any sort of party encourages fuckwits to be really fucky. And a party that basically involves explosives, man, that's a whole thing. I have to admit, though, yeah, I have been in the US on the 4th of July. Fucking awesome, just buying a shit ton of fireworks that have not been legal to buy since I was a kiddie wink in Australia, and just go, woo, fire, flame, sparks, colors, explosions, woo. It was a good time. I really enjoyed it. Also, oh, motherfucker. Almost knocked my microphone over. Talking too much with my hands. Halloween. I freaking love being in the US on Halloween. Man, that was good. All the candy and all the haunted houses and all the costumes and stuff. That's what, yeah, Chris, if you got a good vantage point where you could watch multiple fireworks shows, pretty goddamn good. Yeah, I kind of wonder what Christmas in the US is like, particularly in an area where it snows, because of course, being from the tropical and temperate South, never had a white or anything close to a white Christmas. So yeah, I do have a passing interest in what Christmas in the US would be like. It's like a movie. Yeah, yes it is. But yes, I do thoroughly recommend 4th of July and Halloween in the United States. So fucking over the top. But yeah, maybe another day. I have not traveled. Oh, obviously, but I hadn't traveled for years prior to COVID, actually. So tis what it is. It's and I don't know when I will travel again. because this global pandemic, which is actually worse now than it has been ever, is of concern to me. Swear to God, if they mandate or make available a fourth vaccine dose for old bastards like me, I am getting it in a heartbeat. Yeah, I mean, I had COVID once, and thanks to the vaccines, it never got worse than a mild cold. And I don't want to get it again. I don't want to get a fucking variant mutation again. Yeah, and I don't want anything worse to come out. So, Chris, you did have fun times. Car's fine, just scratched. People busting the gates down at the park entrance is funny. God damn. Okay, so your mum's had a fourth. So did I. Yeah, they haven't made available a fourth dose in Australia yet. I did have a flu vaccination. So I've had 3 COVID vaccinations and a flu vaccination. Plus, I've had COVID, which is a whole antibody-producing experience, apparently. Arguably, that could be my 4th vaccine, although my body produced antibodies then. So, but shall wait and see. I'm not in the highest risk groups at all. I mean, unfortunately, yeah, a lot of people are dying in Australia, almost all over 80. And everyone's pretending it's not happening, but it's fucking happening. It really fucking is. Yeah, so what's this thing with the gates? They lock the gates at 10, tow all the cars left. So it's 11:30. They lock the road up with people trying to get out and they weren't happy. Damn. Oh, dear. Unhappy people. You got to be careful of that in this crazy world we live in. I think my absurdly large orange is almost bald. There's really only that one bit there where I could get another garnish. I suppose I could go around the top there, get one. I never thought I would be the sort of idiot who buys fruit solely for garnish purposes. I mean, I will, I'll juice this. But yeah, you get all these people who tell you that, fruit juice is bad for you, it has too much sugar in it. I guess I could eat the orange, then I'd get the fiber too. Maybe I'll eat the orange. Maybe I'll chop the orange up and eat it. My first thought was just to juice it, but maybe I'll just eat it. It's a huge fucking orange. Anyway, as I said, its peel's almost gone. Maybe I'll get another one tomorrow. Maybe I'll go to the same place that sold the ridiculously large oranges and get another unfeasibly large orange. So, because if there's a bull, so like the people didn't know, you parked outside because you're not stupid. Yeah, well, you want orange juice now. I think, I'm going to go out on a limb and say, I think this would produce a lot. Look at this, how big my head is, and it like covers my face. It's like, yeah, and it was just like navel orange. They didn't say it was anything special. It was like navel orange, and it's twice the size of an ordinary navel orange. So I have no idea what's going on there. There we go. It's the power of suggestion, Salumi. That's the thing. I don't like orange juice very much either. I don't drink it very often. But yes, power of suggestion, just mentioning something over and over. yes, we're saying juice is healthy in moderation. Yeah, and I suppose one orange is not bad. Yeah, it's kind of like if you like juice a whole bunch of oranges and have a big glass of orange juice, that's a lot of sugar. You wouldn't want to do that multiple times a day, say. I did see a funny stand-up routine. I think I've seen it on TV. I think I've seen it on YouTube as well. I've forgotten the guy's name, but he's from Northern England, so he's got a very particular accent. And I don't know, like he's in his 30s or something and getting a bit podgy. And he goes, I should get in shape. I should go to the gym. I'm going to sign up. Going to go to a gym. And I got there and they're asking me all these questions, which I wasn't expecting. And trying lifestyle questions. And they asked me what I had for breakfast. It caught me off guard. And so I tried to say something good. And I said fruit. And he went, oh no, fruit's bad. Fruit's bad. If you have fruit, that's too much sugar. And the guy's really thinking to myself, fruit's bad. Lucky I didn't tell you I actually had 6 pieces of deep fried bacon. Because that's what I really had. Oh yeah, blood orange. Blood orange is yum. And yes, you can get that Nippy's blood orange in the supermarket. I like it when blood oranges are in season. And yeah, water is good. Juice or cordial is true. And I drink Pepsi Max, which is probably super bad for me. It's like no sugar, just lots of chemicals. But I don't drink coffee, so that's my caffeine source. I think, yeah, I don't know. Maybe next blood orange season, I might make another clarified blood orange cordial, which is like, okay, and this shit fucking rocks. Okay, so I'm talking about clarifying cocktails there. What I do to make this cordial, which fucking kicks ass. Okay, so you do this with any citrus, right? I did this one time with the blood oranges and it was amazing. So you peel the blood orange, cover the peel in sugar, and the sugar will leach all the oils out of the peel and liquefy and turn into a syrup. And then you mix that syrup with the juice from the blood oranges, and then you clarify that syrup, and it's really thick. So it takes a while, like you got to leave it like overnight or something. You clarify that syrup, and then you get this. It's like a bright red cordial. It's probably really unhealthy because it's got a lot of sugar in it, but fuck me, it tastes good. It's just absolutely amazing. So Sulami, sugary drinks impact your sleep. Yeah, caffeine definitely impacts your sleep. I have like a cutoff point. Don't drink caffeine after this hour. Fortunately, I don't have to deal with the anxiety thing, but caffeine definitely induces anxiety in anyone who has a susceptibility for it. So when you find next blood orange, you try it. Oh, yes, no, dehydrate them. Mrs. Angry does that occasionally, makes garnishes. Have them in the oven on a really low heat and just slowly dehydrate them. Well, there are dehydrating things, but you can just use it in like an oven on a really low heat. But yeah, that clarified citrus cordial is fucking amazing. It's so good. I was using it in cocktails, and I was just like adding lemonade to it, and like so using it like cordial. Fucking hell, it was good. I think I was even putting it on pancakes at one point. I got so many fruit-based syrups in the fridge at the moment. I'm definitely going to have to chuck some of them out because I'm not going to use them all. They're going to start growing shit. I just had an obsessive week or so, and I made, what did I make? I made with a native Australian thing, lily pilly, ripery. I think I made banana, It's like banana peel covered in sugar and a liquefy. Coconut. What else? Crab apples, because a neighbor had a tree with crab apples and was just so much fruit and the branches were over the footpath. So I just grabbed a bunch of crab apples and chopped them up and brewed them up into a syrup. Slim, you can't drink coffee quickly. Yeah, 1 or 2 a day seems like a good idea. 4 to 7 sounds dangerous. Safa, good evening. How you doing, man? Oof. Oh, yes. Yeah, no. Oof. Mango syrup. I did it. Last time I made mango syrup, it was like having a mango and I cut it and I do the thing where you eat all the yummy stuff. And then I still had the peel and the seed, which is covered in. Now, yeah, put that in a bowl and covered it in sugar, and the sugar just absorbed all the juices out of it. And man, mango syrup was really fucking good. But it works with any fruit. I actually finished my apple liqueur that I made, which was a whiskey-based apple liqueur. Actually finished that on Saturday night at Nettie's place. I was mixing 50-50. I had rum old fashioned and this apple liqueur and was mixing it 50-50. And Nettie and Abigail and I all had some and actually knocked off all of my apple liqueur. So I want to make some more. And that was basically just get an apple and slice it thinly and cover that in sugar. And that makes a super, super nice syrup. But then mix that with a spirit. As I said last time, it was whiskey. It was about a third this syrup and a third, 2/3 whiskey. And it was fucking amazing. I think I want to do it again with rum. An apple rum liqueur sounds really good to me. Just saying. I think it sounds really good. So, yeah, just making shit. And also, I did barrel age the apple liqueur, and I thought it tasted much better having been barrel aged. So I might do that. What's in there at the moment? Okay. It's my high proof rum is in there. Well, in white cane spirit. It's unaged, so you don't really call it rum. But it's 76% alcohol. So I want to see what that's like in the barrel. I'm also making some liqueurs with that. I'm going to taste the vodka. I had vodka in a barrel. And I forget how long it's been in there. It's been in there a while, though. So I'm going to taste that. Oh, speaking of liqueurs, I'll quickly show you because they're just here. A banana liqueur and a coconut liqueur. See, the banana liqueur has gone really dark. This was a completely clear thing. And this is the coconut one. Probably need to taste. I need to taste these too. All right. I'm just going to do teeny tasties, not any like big drinkies. I'll just get a shot glass. I'll put a bit of ice in it. And I'm going to taste a couple of things. Right. First, I'm going to taste my vodka, which I think has been here about 2 months. Vodka. It was a particularly neutral vodka, this one. All right. Put the bung back in. Oh. Ow. Sorry. Oh. Go back. Okay. So, that's interesting. It's just a very light colour. Vodka's a very light amber colour. Thought it might have been darker than that, but it's not. Quite nice. Now I have to try it. Kyle, hello. How you doing? All right. So barrel-aged vodka. What's that taste like? Interesting. Wow, that is actually really interesting. Oh no, are you making yourself over busy again, Kyle? You're always taking on so much. That is a super interesting taste. Man, I like that. I don't know whether or not to leave it in any longer. It's sweet and oaky and whatnot. So, Dr. Abigail, secondary monitor is your old main monitor. Seems too big. Adjustment. Yeah, that's always an adjustment thing. Well, that's what I'm saying, Carl. You always are busy. You're always giving yourself lots to do. And Salumi's going to a metal show. Oh, you went to a metal show last night. How much you love the metal men, such sweeties. Nice. Okay. So that previously that barrel's had vermouth and port and cocktails in it. And so the vodka is actually quite sweet now. And just with that oaky smokiness. I might take that out, actually. We'll see. It's just water to cleanse my palate. And I have a little taste of these liqueurs I'm making. To see if I should maybe strain the fruit out of them. Had a lovely chat with Big Bearded Man about filling out voice changes, patchy beard growth. Nice! Big sweethearts. Love it. Being very supportive. Abigail, an unrelated moral dilemma. Oof. Yeah. That's right on the edge of a moral dilemma because, 17. I guess it depends where they are and what alcohol they want. Those are the two things I'd question. I mean, I don't have that legal moral dilemma because all the offspring in this house are over 18 now. And in fact, Mrs. Angry's lad, who's the youngest in the house, he's having two of his pals over on Thursday night. And I've made drinks for them before and they were really into it. So I'll be mixing one or two drinks for lads. Oh, Kyle, do you want to? I'm up if you're sort of super into chatting, and in fact, if anyone else is as well, I'll do the thing. So yeah, Salumi, you're agreeing location, safety, and what alcohol? Oh yeah, see, 17 is just right on the edge of a moral issue. All right, so Kyle apparently wants to chat. Also, if anyone else does. Okay, I'm going to get another piece of ice. Let's see what this high proof liqueur is like, because the base spirit was 76%, and I diluted it a bit with a syrup, and I put this fruit in it. So I don't know, it's probably 55, 60% now. Sort of green chartreuse strength. Just going to have a teeny taste. See what flavor it's picked up, and if I should maybe strain out the fruit if it's done. If it's Dunsky. So this is a coconut rum liqueur. Aroma-wise, like nothing. I can't smell anything. Maybe, okay, tiny bit of ethanol, like it's in the actual alcohol. If I sniff really hard, I can smell a bit of alcohol. So, Salima, you were drinking occasionally at 16, out drinking musicians by 17, 18. Yes, and it is. It's a moral grey area. Okay, that's pretty good. It's got a little bit of alcohol, and it's got a little bit of that funk that you get from some rums. It's got coconut flavor, and it's very sugary as well. So Dr. Abigail, not hosting, he's been there. He was a responsible person, got home safely. It's a house, so that's okay. Not getting drunk at empty school like you used to. Yeah. You've occasionally got to be a bit honest and go, okay, what sort of a fucking idiot was I when I was younger? And are my offspring more or less stupid than I was? So I didn't do anything terrible when I was young, but also not necessarily all that great either. Oh, shit, Kyle. Yes. I keep fucking forgetting that Facebook ads act stupid. All right. I'll put it on Facebook. Just a sec. Just a second. Don't know why Facebook does that stupid shit to me. Yeah, see, Dr. Abigail, I'd be questioning the amount of alcohol. Oh, fuck. That's, God, I thought I spilt an important drink. That was just water. I'm just interspersing these tasting sessions with some water. Okay, come on. Why doesn't this... I want this bit of ice to come out. And it rattles around when I shake. Come on. Okay, so the coconut liqueur is going well, and will maybe be fine to go for a bit longer. Taste this banana one, which has gone quite... You see the banana peel's gone black. Oh, wait, there's Kyle. Sorry, I just saw it. Kyle! What you doing? Connecting your headphones. Hey, how's it going?
Hang on, sorry. I'm having some issues hearing you. I don't know why. Hang on.
Oh, issues.
There we go. Hello.
There we go. We're good?
Technical difficulties.
All right. And Yo Bum Fungus. Hello. On Twitch.
Yeah, I'm in that mindset of like, I'm very busy. I'm doing lots of things, and yes. I'm on holidays.
You're on holidays and you're busy. Okay.
I'm on fucking holidays, and I am doing all of this shit. And I'm like, what am I doing? So I'm just like,
Well, I do these things to ourselves. All right. Taste my banana liqueur.
But I have very exciting news.
Ooh, cool. What's your exciting news?
I'm crowdfunding a short film.
Oh, nice.
So we will have it up. We're going to try and have the crowdfunding thing tomorrow up. And so when you stream tomorrow, I will be like, Andrew, give some money. It's tax deductible. It actually is.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a big bonus. Well, Thursday. I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow, but I might be Thursday.
Okay, cool. That's fine. We're just going to be like sending out a ton of like requests to people to be like, please donate. Like, this film is ready to go. It's going to be great.
Yeah. All right. Well, all the best.
Thank you. I'm not going to lie. There is part of me that's like super nervous about it.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
I'm super excited, but I'm also like super nervous.
Yeah. Yep. Oh well, that's probably a good sign. You don't want to be complacent.
No. But I'm also doing this while also simultaneously finishing a degree. So good luck to me.
All right. Yeah. Doing a bunch of stuff. That's okay.
I know.
Hey,
There's too
Maddie,
much
I'm just
happening.
you're catching me tasting things. I have a number of concoctions on the go, and I think I've decided with these high proof liqueurs, I'm going to leave them for a while longer to get a bit more fruit flavor, and I'm also probably going to dilute them. Maybe add another 100 mils of water, which will bring them down to somewhere in the 45% range, which is still quite high proof for a liqueur, but it's brought it right down from the 76% the base spirit was. So,
Are you getting drunk? Are you?
no. I'm if you know, I'm in the proverbial measurement system. I'm like half Tim Smithed at the moment, which means as a responsible person, I would not get in a car and drive now because yes, I would be over the legal limit.
By the way, speaking
Yes.
of that little funny man, is he still like the head of a Liberal Party in Victoria?
No. He was never the head. I think he had visions of being the head, but then with his drunk driving charge and crashing into someone's fence, he was coerced into stepping down. Like, I think he is still an MP, but he's not contesting the next election, and he's just being a real mouthy fuckhead in the media, which is hilarious to see because every time he's a mouthy dickhead in the media, he reduces the LNP's chances at the next state election, which is
here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, like, because he was like the deputy leader, right? Like, I feel like he was the deputy leader.
He had he thought he was preordained to be premier one day.
Because Matthew Guy is basically blocks. Well, he blocks everyone on Twitter.
He's such a fucking loser.
I've been blocked by Matthew Guy, and I'm like,
I mean, I probably am too. I mean,
yeah.
I probably let me check now. I just want to check because I've probably quote tweeted some of his stuff, going, "Lol, this guy's fucking lame."
I was like, so, and I just tweeted somewhere. I was like, the guy who wants to like be the guy who's the bastion of free speech blocks everyone on Twitter he disagrees with. That made me get blocked by him.
Yeah. Sorry, what the fuck? Okay, because I put Guy? Because I'm just searching on Twitter for Matthew Guy, and that is literally getting me dick pics showing up in guys posting dick pics saying, "What do you think, guys?" And it's like, thank you, Twitter. Thank you.
Well, I mean, if you know,
he didn't show up, so I'm sure I'm blocked by him.
Twitter does have an algorithm, so Andrew,
I know,
I'll ask the question: what have you been searching, buddy?
Based on what you've searched for before, yeah.
What have you been searching, buddy?
Again, there was a meme about that a while ago with someone being super upset, like they put something into Google, which in and of itself was relatively innocuous, but they got some very gay search results. And they go, "This is disgusting." And someone else went, "Yeah, my dude, I just put the same stuff in and none of that come up. Your results are based on your search history." It's just...
And hey,
some American conservative being upset was like, "Well, dude, you've got to stop searching on because you're just telling on yourself to the world that
this is the conservative research."
Oh yeah. Chris, you're heading off to bed. Have a good rest, man. So what's this, Salumi? Shout out to Dad coordinating pickup, saying he'll confirm the address picking up. Oh, that's with the stuff you're selling. Yes. Nice. Okay. All right. I'm going to put a little splash in my glass, and then from then on, I'm going to drink water. Okay. This is Mrs. Angry is my excuse here because I've got my glass here. It's got my, where are we? My orange.
Oh, love.
Yeah. I'm just putting a very little bit of my rum old fashioned in there. And then I'll leave that in there. Mrs. Angry, when the ice melts and the orange is in there, Mrs. Angry puts that in her hot chocolate in the morning. And so she gets a hot chocolate with the orange flavor and just a tiny bit of booze. Like the booze is diluted about 100 to 1 from the melting ice, but she just gets that slightly boozy flavor in a hot chocolate.
That's great. I love that.
So that's pretty good. So yeah. Anyway, so I've got all these concoctions going on with high proof white cane spirit. I'll leave them for a while because they taste nice at the moment.
I was gonna have a discussion with you because MIF is coming up very soon.
Yeah. So what's coming up? Sorry.
MIF.
Oh, the film festival. We were going to do the online thing, weren't we?
Yeah, and I think we should.
Okay. Yeah, no, we should. We should sign up for online. For anyone who missed it, Carl's in Sydney. I'm here in Melbourne. But we're talking about the Melbourne International Film Festival. Lets you view them on. You buy tickets to watch the films online, and
selection of the program.
Yeah, a selection of the program, and then we were going to do film chat some nights.
Yeah.
So I think that's a thing we should do. Yeah.
100%.
I like that idea.
I also just am super aware that that I'm a student right now, and I'm like, I finished studying this year. Actually, I really do want to come down to Melbourne at the end of the year. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I'm planning that I'm trying to come down for, if I can, I'd love to come down for Melbourne Queer.
Okay. All right.
Because my cousin's I think my cousin's about to move to Melbourne. So I'm going to be like, hey, where are you moving to? Can I sleep in your house? But yeah, which means I only have to really pay for flights, eating out, and if I can get festival tickets for free, I'd love that.
I bet you would.
I'm planning on interviewing the main festival director on my show when his festival comes out, and so it was just the ability of then actually just doing that.
Nice. Right, just saying hi to a couple of people on Twitch, Shay and Maddie. My favorite premix. It's extremely rare for me to drink premixes. But depending what you like and depending what you are, because I don't remember if you're in Australia or not. If you're in Australia, I have tips, and it's all going to come down to what's your preferred drink. Do you like whiskey drinks or like gin, rum type things? If you like whiskey and you're in Australia, the Starward New Old Fashioned. Okay, Matty Greeks, you can get these from like Dan Murphy's. The Starward New Old Fashioned, that's like a 500 ml bottle, pre-batched old fashioned made by one of Australia's best distilleries, Starward. That's fucking killer. It's like $50, but that's like 5 or 6 cocktails. So 5 or 6 cocktails for $50, you're doing okay. And also Archie Rose make some good canned ones. So, Maddie, go. Dan Murphy's, they'll have some canned Archie Rose cocktails. Whatever sounds good. And they have there's a range of them. Just look at what they have. Archie Rose make fucking killer pre-mixed drinks. So,
can I just second that by saying go and grab 4 Pillars gin?
Yes, okay. 4 Pillars also they also do some premixes at Dan Murphy's as well.
Yes, so. They do. They do some really good premixes.
Yeah. And Four Pillars are just out in Healesville. They're just in the sort of outer suburbs of Melbourne. But yeah, so Maddie, I would say go to Dan Murphy's and yeah, a premix by either Four Pillars or Archie Rose is going to be good. So if it says something like, if it says fruity tropical and it sounds good to you, it's almost definitely going to be good. So that's my hot tip. And I mean, there's obviously a shit ton of stuff in the various bottle shops, but that would be my hot tip. Oh, great. So Dr. Abigail, being born around the same time as the Steam Summer Sale is great for you because you can tell people to get your birthday. Yeah. Maddie, no drama, but yeah. I don't think the Dan Murphy cans. Sorry, I don't think the Archie Rose cans at Dan Murphy are particularly expensive, but it's just like, you know, cans of Watsy and soda, and yeah, it's worth it. They make really good premixes.
Actually, I have a story about it's not really Dan Murphy's, but like one of the other, I think actually it might have been it was Woolworths Liquor. So I was working at a film festival early in January this year, and we had to get lemon bitters for our thing because we were serving cocktails on top of that. Yeah, and I was like, and we were trying to find the lemon bitters, and we were like, where the fuck is the lemon bitters? And then, of course, at this point, I ran to the thing and I was helping one of the interns, and I didn't bring my wallet. And it turned out that bitters was behind the counter because it has a very high degree of alcoholic content.
Ango bitters is about 45% alcohol.
Yeah. So when you make a lemon sell to one of the interns that worked for the festival because of the fact that I didn't have my wallet. So it looked like that they were just buying for me.
Yeah.
And I just was like, oh my God. This is so annoying.
Yeah.
But it all worked out at the end.
Apparently, Australia is the only country where lemon lime and bitters is so popular. It's like everyone has it. But
which is insane to me.
Because it's a great drink. But again,
it's a great drink.
Bitters is, depending what make it is, it's somewhere between 40 and 60% alcohol. But because you only put a properly made lemon lime and bitters only has a couple of dashes of bitters in it. While technically there's some alcohol content in there, it's so low it doesn't meet the legal definition of an alcoholic beverage.
Which is so funny because I was drinking lemon lime bitters at 12 and I was like, wow.
It doesn't meet the legal definition of an alcoholic beverage. So it's like 0.01. By the time you dilute it with a tall thing, it's like 0.01% alcohol. But again, if you had a moral or religious reason for not drinking alcohol, you wouldn't drink a lemon lime and bitters. You can get non-alcoholic bitters, actually. You can actually get non-alcoholic bitters. But all the popular brands of bitters, they average 40 to 50% alcohol by volume. So
I just thought it was funny that like it was behind the counter and we were just like,
oh yeah, there's the whole thing. But there are actually a couple of drinks where someone goes, hey, you know what? Fuck it, I'm making bitters the central thing, and they tell you to do like 2 shots of bitters in the drink. I know it's a challenge.
I'd be fucking up I would be sleeping on the floor.
Oh, I've had the best known one is called a Trinidad Sour, and that's 2 ounces, 60 mils of Angostura bitters. Incredibly intense taste. So it's a bit of an acquired taste, but I have had it. And it's like, okay, and a lot of them, because Ango is like the taste of Trinidad, a lot of the cocktails that have a lot of Ango bitters, the cocktail name is some pun on dad. My personal favorite was one called You're Not My Real Trinidad. I love pun names. I love them. They're excellent. And again on Twitch, Benathi, g'day. And Justin on YouTube, hello. But yeah, I also made that one a version of the Trinidad sour with a really different sort of bitters, Peychaud's, which is bright as this is, bright red. And this has a very different flavor profile to Angostura bitters. It's called a Creole style bitters because it's from New Orleans. I liked that actually way more than the Angostura one, but yeah, it's all good. Oh yes, no, Dr. Abigail, if Salumi's coming here, birthday, it's going to be a good. We'll make it a good birthday. We and I'm going to try real hard to keep track of the drinkies so I don't end up like last Saturday night where I don't actually remember the last drink I had, and then I wake up and I go, where the fuck am I? What happened? Because I woke up not in my own bed, which is actually more innocent than it sounds, but it's always a fun thing to say. It was that good a party, I woke up in someone else's bed, and it was just like, yes.
That's the sign of a good party, isn't it, Bob?
I know, it's a good party, and it's also, as I said, more innocent than it sounds. And Dr. Abigail has a cooking tip. Okay. I heard a bit of back and forth on this. Will you boil pasta, put some olive oil in it? Oh, and it breaks the tension, doesn't boil over. And it's also going to put a bit of flavor in, I think. And Justin reckons if Australia becomes a republic, they should do it on the 4th of July. That would be very funny if we did that. And so we had a national day on the 4th of July, same as the US. That would honestly be pretty funny. Look, Banathi, did I go troppo on Saturday? Let's put it this way. I had to ask someone else what happened because I did not have a good memory of it. So we did a live stream. It was Dr. Abigail's birthday, and I think I was pretty decorous on the live stream. And then we went to go home, and I said, oh, let's not go Australia. Let's go in the city for a drink. And Dr. Abigail was convinced that was a good idea. As it turns out, one drink would have been a good idea. 2 drinks means Angry forgets things and falls over a lot. But, no harm was done, and I wasn't that sick, I think. Yeah, it's Saturday night turned into a bit of a. It turns out like we started at 6 o'clock. We met at 6 o'clock. We had a drink in one venue, then we had dinner somewhere else, and we had a drink which was soju and lemonade. I think they called it a cocktail jug, but soju is a Korean mildly alcoholic beverage, and it was in a big jug with lemonade. It was enough that you could feel a bit of a buzz. Then we went to a whiskey bar, and then we did a live stream, and we were drinking during live. I still felt okay, so I went, oh, we should stop and have a drink in the city. And Dr. Abaga said, sounds like a good idea. Honestly, yeah, I overstepped the bounds is all I'm saying. I'm just one drink over the line. So fair enough. Every now and then you make these mistakes, and that's fine. So Justin, you're going to check if you're going to clubbing. Go ask your friend if it's okay if you make up. Oh yeah, no, Salumi. It was like one drink would have been fine. Second drink turned out no, that was not. And as I mentioned at the start of the stream, I was miffed because we were at a place called the Gin Palace, which is friggin' great. It's a really good venue. It's a fantastic venue. They do fantastic drinks. And they are a gin palace. They have like 100 gins there. They're fucking amazing. And the second drink was a martini, which was apparently very strong. And the whole thing is, I don't actually remember it. And I'm pissed off because I bet they made a really good martini and I don't really remember it. And so I'm kind of pissed off, like, I was in this venue that makes fucking great drinks and I got what was probably a very good martini and I don't remember it. Well, that's bullshit. That's some bullshit right there. Ugh. And yes, Salumi, drinking out is expensive. That's why, in all honesty, probably most of the drinking happened at Dr. Abigail's place during the stream because that was all with stuff that I did. Justin, I've kind of heard things around this. Australia was a replacement for the US as a far-flung colony but also England were just colonizers. They weren't going to stop colonizing. But there is a thing that there was that whole thing with America and demanding independence and whatnot. And so they did things differently in Australia so there would never be an independence thing happening in Australia. So here we are.
It'd be interesting to what we would be like if we were actually a republic.
Well, apparently Australia was yay close to being a French colony because the story goes either Cook or the First Fleet bumped into some French and they said, no, we're already here. We're claiming it. Fuck off. And the French went, okay, sure, fine. So apparently we were like yay close to being a French colony. So I don't know if that would have been worse or better for the Indigenous Australians. I guess we should ask people like the New Caledonians, and because a bunch of Pacific Island nations were colonized by the French, we should maybe ask them, hey, how did shit work out for you? Was that okay or was that really bad? Because
that's a good point.
Yeah. Certainly Indigenous Australians aren't fans.
I will be right back. I just got to ask a question to somebody, but I will be right back.
Okay, go for it. Go for it. All right, we'll give Kyle some privacy while he does that. Fucking hell, I love Luxardo cherries. I'm just doing it. It's fantastic. Oh, yeah. Salumi, you've got your eyes on the club event, but the dollars. No, Justin. If you think Eureka Stockade was an independence movement, you don't know what happened very well. It was a very small group of miners who honestly were kind of right in what they were rebelling against, but the rest of the country did not give a flying fuck about the miners at Eureka. Ned Kelly was as close to leading an independence movement in Australia as the Eureka Stockade were. It was like the miners who were mostly immigrants in the Eureka Stockade, arguing with the authorities who were trying to friggin' fuck them over with various things. But the rest of the country did not give a shit what happened in the Eureka Stockade. It was very isolated. Fun fact that a disturbing number of people in this country don't know, we almost had a fascist takeover in early 20th century. When did Sydney Harbour open? Sydney Harbour Bridge that opened. Fuck off.
I am back.
Sorry, where are you? I've got to put you back here. There you are. Add to stream. There you are. $32. Okay. So in the 30s, like in the lead up to World War II, Australia almost had a fascist coup, overthrow the government. But some people decided not to do it. And the overwhelming majority of Australia has no idea that nearly happened. A lot of people know the thing about the opening of the Harbour Bridge. A guy on horseback with a sword, known as Captain de Groot, ran up on a horse with a sword and cut the ribbon so the Premier couldn't. He was part of a fascist military group called the New Guard. And the more entrenched power people were the Old Guard. And the New Guard wanted to launch a fascist coup. And the Old Guard talked them out of it. Same as in the UK. Members of the royal family, namely Lord Mountbatten, were involved in an idea that they should basically have a fascist coup and overthrow the elected Labor government. And apparently, chief among the people saying "don't fucking do that" was the Queen. So her uncle, Lord Mountbatten, was apparently one of the main instigators, and she said, "Don't you fucking dare." And then
I don't know
later
how
on,
you made me. I don't know why you've made me think about this, but do you remember when the Chaser did? When the Chaser was like that they were trying to make the point that Lord Monkton was a Sacha Baron Cohen character.
Oh, because Lord Monkton's ridiculous. He doesn't make sense as a real person. He doesn't. He's this weird fucking dude with boogly eyes who just says the dumbest shit imaginable. He doesn't make sense as a real person. He makes sense as an unsubtle comedian's character. He's fucking weird. Again, the English aristocracy are so fucking inbred and so useless. It's astonishing. So Salumi's having fun selling pop vinyls on Marketplace. It's all going incredibly smoothly, so that's good. But also, okay, here's the thing I grew up with. The Irish comedian Dave Allen on the ABC. His shows were run just repeated endlessly on whatnot. And I still remember an interview with him where he's joking. In one of his characters, he would do like weird, eccentric upper class people, and he'd have some ridiculous wig on that was full of baby powder. So every time he shook his head with these mannerisms, little clouds of baby powder would come, and because he's making this joke about them all having dandruff or something. And he said he was at some swanky party in London at one point, and he got accosted by this upper class twit who was saying he thought, that character he did was, and he goes, and this guy had all these mannerisms and all this, and he was so much worse than the character I did on the show, and he was completely unaware of what a freakish stereotype of an upper class twit he was. Just like Monkton. Like Monkton has no idea how fucking ridiculous he looks. Because he looks ridiculous. He looks absolutely ridiculous. But they have this whole thing where their head wobbles while they talk, and the English upper class are so fucked. And yet they control everything. So I was like, yeah. So reading some fun stuff where England's basically the most corrupt country in the world. They've just let particularly Russian oligarchs buy up all the real estate in London, and all the money markets have been corrupted. They're just laundering money for the worst criminals around the world. And London's just become the most corrupt city in the world, and it's just like fucked.
I was gonna ask you whether or not you had, I know this is very old, but like whether or not you had discussed about do you remember that we're talking about in Melbourne, that right-wing troll that was attacking you?
I've had a few of them, but yeah.
Oh, you've had a few. Was it Bearing or something?
Oh yeah, no. He's an actual guy from Melbourne. Yeah.
Have you actually met Bearing?
No.
Okay.
I wouldn't want to. It's just fucking boring. He's just a sad fucko who just parrots all the most ridiculous culture war talking points, and he's just boring. And it was really funny because for a couple of years this dude was fucking obsessed with me, and I broadly ignored him. Like he wanted me to get into arguments or debates with him, and I broadly ignored him, and he would keep coming back. And so I made this video with AIDS going like, I think I have a stalker. I'm going, you've seen it, this dude's obsessed. And I said, do you think it's sexual? And AIDS go, it's sexual. He wants it. He wants it so bad. And so he was really upset that I never seriously engaged with him. I just joked that the only possible explanation for his obsession is definitely sexual. It's a definite sexual obsession going on. So as far as I know, he still does shit, but because I haven't been.
I mean, I remember watching like Bearing videos like a couple of years ago and went like, what the fuck?
It's a long time ago. It was like he started doing it. It was a long time ago. But because I haven't even been making, the political videos for over 2 years or whatever. But yeah,
I wonder if he's
it was
still
this
doing
weird
videos.
fucking obsession. It was quite odd. So Dr. Abigail's happy, got food, pesto, pasta, which actually, yeah, I'm a big fan of pasta with pesto. He's
still doing the culture war stuff.
Oh yeah, of course he is. It's just okay. They just want to, and all these fuckheads over the last 15, 16 years I've been on YouTube, all these various fuckheads have had a go at me. And it's like, dude, I don't fucking care. It's like you're just full of shit, and I have zero interest in engaging with you. Because what's it going to achieve? It's just some fucking knuckle dragging fuckboy who is just parroting the most banal, unimaginative culture war talking points. And it's like, what the fuck do I gain by, essentially acknowledging these fuckwits exist? It's just like, ugh. It's just like, God damn it. Shieldsy! Sorry, I just got super excited. Shieldsy, I feel like I haven't seen you in forever. You're in Queensland. A Queenslander complaining about cold and rain. I get it, because it's not your natural environment. I complain about it when it happens here. But, Melbourne, winter, cold and rain is our natural environment. So I completely understand a Queenslander not liking it. And of course, God Christ, you've had the floods in South Queensland and all the way down to Sydney, and Southern Sydney's getting some fucking nastiness at the moment.
Yeah, I live near there, so like,
it's not good. It's fucked. It's just for months. It just keeps happening.
It's terrible. It
fucking sucks. It's terrible. I really feel every time it comes up, I'm like, oh my God, I fucking feel these people who are getting flooded, who are having to evacuate, who are having everything in their house fucked up. It's just like, Jesus, that sucks.
But it's also like it's happened like 3 times this year.
I know, just in the last couple months. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's like, it's just.
And the weird thing is, none of it has reached here. All of those just ridiculous rain dumps, like where everyone's going, oh yeah, you're getting a month's rain in 12 hours. That every time that's happened, that's dissipated before it's got to more. We've had rain, but every one of those things that's hit South Queensland and New South Wales has dissipated before it's got here. It's ridiculous. And yes, Dr. Abigail, it's the combination of El Nino plus climate change, and it's just fucked.
I will be 2 seconds.
Oh yeah, Sorry, what's that? Oh, Cole's disappeared.
Will be 2 seconds.
2 seconds, okay. All right, we'll give him some privacy. And it's the last couple of months, the last 3 to 6 months has been fucking ridiculous. And particularly in South Queensland and, well, most of the New South Wales coast. Not so much inland, but most of the New South Wales coast. It's been fucking ridiculous. And it just keeps happening. It's like the 3rd time, and it's just like, my God, this is fucked up. And it is kind of weird that we've been dodging the bullet in Melbourne, because I feel like, if it happens there, it happens here, but it hasn't been. We've been missing it. Yeah, Shieldsy. Oh yeah, there's been a few things. Yeah, various points in Queensland and New South Wales have had highest rainfalls for 30 to 50 years. Oh, Justin, your mum's been getting mold. Apparently, that's a very widespread problem. Mold from all this rain. So I just realized, in case you hadn't noticed, my hair looks a bit different. It's because it's tied back. I just went to. Oh, I think I was back. What are we doing? There you are.
So what happens when I have so much work to do tonight? I'm just like having to
I know you're
run
working
out
really
and do
hard.
this.
You're really busy.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
and I'm just like listening to you talk, and I'm like, this is actually really good because I can focus on my work and
Good,
listen
good,
to
good,
stuff.
good,
And I
good,
can
good.
talk to you, and I'm like, it's great.
Good. A little bit of distraction and a little bit of letting you do work. It's good. So Sloomi's
love
also
it.
selling Game Boys. You were so poor. They look in mint. The guy who bought them couldn't believe the condition. Oh, looks like you're really working it. I did see a funny post from a guy, a YouTube guy I know, does tech stuff mainly, and he's saying like, and he's got a pretty big channel. He's saying to his followers, you know what you should do? All your shit that you've got piled up everywhere, get it all together and sell it. Just sell it all, get rid of all your shit and sell it, and then put that money into crypto. And he goes, at the very least, I've solved one of your problems. And who knows, I might have solved two.
I've just downloaded a new crypto app actually. And it's
Okay.
really interesting.
Yeah. I still think cryptos maybe go on buys. Who knows? But I thought it was pretty funny. He said, just get all your shit and sell it. And then that money, put that into crypto. And so at the very least, I've solved one of your problems. And who knows, maybe I solved two. Maybe in 10 years, you'll be rich. Who knows?
I want
NFTs
to go bye-bye.
Oh, NFTs are fucking ridiculous. And I have some friends who are super into it. And it's like, no, this is fucking bullshit. This is absolute bullshit.
They're doing a conference next week with Screen, and one of the ideas they're bringing up is around financing with NFTs. And I just went,
no, they're bad. NFTs.
No, but it's also just like I actually wanted to go and ask this question, which was that, you know, we've have climate change, and in our industry, we're tackling with, you know, our industry being one of the biggest polluters when it comes to environmental damage. Yeah. NFTs need their own space to store the NFT.
Yeah.
What does it say about our own ecological sustainability of our own film industry if we just continue to be like, oh, well, we can't fundraise anymore, but you can still have NFTs.
Yeah.
I just find it very interesting.
NFTs aren't as environmentally destructive as crypto is because of the amount of electricity crypto mining uses.
Right.
But Dr. Egale, I strongly suspect crypto may be gone. But again, the big collapse just means crypto has dropped to the level it was 2-3 years ago. And if you look at the history of crypto, it has gone climb, crash, but then climb to much higher than the other climb. And then the crash is actually higher than the previous climb. And then climb. I'm starting to suspect maybe it's going all the way. Oh, I love trolling people with the NFTs and doing right-click save as. I've got one now. And listening to their stupid fucking arguments about the non-reality of NFTs is fucking hilarious, honestly. So what's it, Salumi? You've got Buffy and Firefly collectibles. Oh, you're gonna be looking at selling them. Okay, you're like what was that you were saying? You're selling shit to downsize and move. If it's been in the cupboard for 3 years, you don't need it. That is a very practical approach. Shieldsy, maybe you should be a financial advisor. Stick with gold or Lego. That seems like good advice right there.
Yeah, anything to get my dream of going to space.
Okay. Yeah.
I'd love to go to space. Like, I actually think it would be so fun.
I think the view would be good. Yeah.
Plus, it would just depend on who you go with, because I would go with SpaceX.
Okay.
And the reason why is because I look like a Power Ranger.
I don't know. I might get on Jeff Bezos's penis rocket. Do you remember that ridiculous rocket he went on that looked like a cock and balls?
It was so funny that everyone was like, we're launching our next astronauts into the thing. I was like, no, you're launching them. You're not launching them into space.
They were just into the upper atmosphere. Yeah, they were just doing a joy flight to the upper atmosphere.
And then it was so funny because then I think it was like the government in like NASA or somebody had done the like measurement of where space is, and like they actually weren't even going into space. And I was just like, look, you guys look great, but you don't look as great as the SpaceX guys, because SpaceX guys look like they're like, I fucking mean business. Like, well, we'll take your penis thing and we'll shove it right up your ass.
Yeah. But no, Bezos's penis rocket was ridiculous.
I mean, his whole thing is ridiculous. But I say that for knowing that I may need Amazon to get one of my things funded. So I'm like, I shouldn't say that, but like also yeah.
And yes, Dr. Abigail, it's very clear when you purchase an NFT, you are not purchasing anything real. It's just something like a link to where the art is stored that says you own it. It's ridiculous and meaningless and ephemeral. And apparently 95% at least of money exchange for NFTs is money laundering. It's just ridiculous. So Salumi, yes, okay, you got a bunch of stuff that you don't want to part with for sentimental reasons. I got pretty tough last time I moved house. I didn't sell stuff. I just gave stuff away, like books in particular. I went, okay, I actually culled my book collection by like at least 75% and just gave the stuff to, a Goodwill store. And they were like, oh, these aren't shit, are they? People just tried to give us books the shit. And I went, no, these are actually pretty good. People will like these books. I'm just moving, so I need to get rid of them. Yeah, I probably need to do another cleaning. I don't know. We've been here 5 years now. I have no idea when I'll next move, but we'll see. Oh, I love that, Salimi. You're going to donate your CDs? I didn't donate any CDs or any DVDs. I kept all my CDs and DVDs. And I probably should donate. I could convert them all to digital, but I don't know. We'll see. So Salumi asked the reason more bands have CDs from abusers. Oh my God. Yes. Bad stories about people who make music or possibly people who gave it to you. And yes, I have, because, having known bad things about some performers, having to tell people who are really into them, like, no, they did a bad thing. No, that person is actually a rapist. Oh, no, that outfit, they actually essentially groomed some on their last tour. They were known to be grooming underage people across the country as they toured. All not good. Don't have heroes, I say, because they're almost always terrible. Shields, a year in the same place for 12 years. Yeah, I survived 10 years in one place. I've been 5 years in this place. I honestly feel like the next time I move, and I don't know when that will be, it will be when all the offspring go off and lead their individual lives. I feel like there's a strong chance.
Are you near the CBD, or where actually are you? I was going to ask.
No, I'm in the suburbs, man. I'm in the suburbs. Not far-flung suburbs, sort of mid-range suburbs. So the way I read it, there's like CBD, inner suburbs, mid-range suburbs, then outer suburbs. I'm currently like in mid-range suburbs.
So you'll need to get a. So I'm guessing you're like maybe like a 25 to 30-minute train ride.
Sydney equivalent, I'd be in Ashfield, basically.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah,
right.
So in terms of how far I am,
or in terms of like infrastructure or in terms of distance?
Oh, both. Like Caulfield, I'm on like a main. There's trains, there's trams, there's whatever. But again,
Right.
distance-wise and functionality-wise, it's like Ashfield or maybe Strathfield.
Right. Okay. Because where I am right now would be like considered to be like, I would still technically be like in the burbs, but I'm also very much in the outer suburbs.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So I'm like in that mid-range of suburbs. And yeah, I used to like what I said. The last place I lived in 10 years. That was East St Kilda. That was kind of like living in like Paddington. So that was like an inner suburb.
Yeah.
Well,
that's one of the good things about Melbourne when I was there was the idea that like there's lots of little pockets. Like Sydney's very like everything's very sphered to the CBD, whereas in Melbourne everything's sort of a little bit like you've got the airport there, you've got the CBD here, you've got St Kilda here, you've got the jam factory here. Everything's sort of very, you know, it's not very easy to get to many things. That's the problem. But like when you know where you're going, you're kind of like, I know how to get there. But apart from that,
it's easier to get places than Sydney, and it's kind of like there's different things. Like it's like, oh, I want to go to Fitzroy, which is again, it's in a suburb, but that's a really happening place. Or I'm going to go to Carlton, Little Italy, and whatnot. Or where else might you want to go? Brunswick or something. There are all these little pockets in the inner cities. And in the west, like Footscray, which was a renowned fucking shithole when I moved to Melbourne 20 years ago, is now, you know, regarded as one of the trendiest places in the world, which is fun because I have not been to Footscray for ages. I was working at Vic Uni, which is next to Footscray, like 3 years ago, but I didn't go out in Footscray. But in the last couple of years, apparently, like all these trendy places have opened in Footscray, and Footscray is like hipster central now, where it used to be a sort of nasty shithole.
Yeah, so is Bondi. Like Bondi's the same sort of thing, except Bondi's not just trendy; it's fucking like all the rich people live in Bondi.
Yeah, well, it's a good beach. It's anything waterfront is going to be really expensive. So yeah, and I agree with what Dr. Abigail saying. The train and tram lines in Melbourne are like spokes in a wheel. Getting in and out from your outer suburbs, from outer suburbs into the city is easy. Going laterally is hard, but the major public work going on at the moment, which is like a big ring of train lines to link all the spokes of the suburban thing. In 5 or 10 years, it's going to be so fucking easy to get around in Melbourne.
I was wondering that actually. Yeah.
Yeah. It's easier now than Sydney to get around, but in 5 or 10 years, because of this major work, it's going to be so easy. For people in the outer suburbs, life is going to improve.
Because I went to Melbourne. When did I go to Melbourne? Maybe 3 or 4 years ago. And we had to go. We stayed for a day, and I had to go down to the jam factory for a competition. And it was really interesting because we had to get one of our friends to drive us who lives in Melbourne. And it was just like, oh, this is kind of weird. But then again, I had only been once before to Melbourne, and that was for VidCon. And I was like, oh my God, there's things outside of Melbourne. It makes me want to like explore Melbourne a little bit more.
Oh, there are some great suburban pockets in Melbourne, and they're not that hard to get to. But yeah. So Shields is asking if Melbourne's so good, why they're moving to Queensland. Well, first, I don't know how many people are doing it. Second, I would say it's the older conservative people who are doing the move. Third, I would say it's for the weather, because there's no real comparison between weather in Queensland and weather in Melbourne. Melbourne gets too hot in summer and too cold in winter. And I think, Queensland definitely get too hot in summer, but it is much nicer in winter than Melbourne is. So
I will say, but in my industry, it's probably not a bad idea to get a little place in Brisbane in terms of the industry.
Okay, more stuff's moving up there.
Well, I mean, they're shooting so much up there right now.
Yeah.
Julia Roberts, Chris Hemsworth, George Clooney, Julia Roberts is up there. During the lockdown, they were shooting a lot of stuff around. Melissa McCarthy was moved in to do Nine Perfect Strangers. They were doing lots of stuff around sort of Byron Bay area. I'm trying to think of what else. Just lots of different things.
Yeah, I think Chris Hemsworth basically convinced a lot of people they should shoot stuff in Queensland.
Well, there's a lot happening. So of course there's he's shooting lots of things around Sydney, Brisbane, because they shot Thor: Love and Thunder here in Sydney. Ryan Gosling is coming to do a film in Sydney, which is, I think, shooting next year, which I think a friend of mine's working on, which I think.
Okay.
And there's a lot of stuff that's happening, but it's all really interesting because I was sort of reading and watching a little bit about how they actually got to shoot in Queensland, and it's really good because Anastasia Palaszczuk actually went to, what did she do? I think she either went to the US or went to somewhere and was in there, and she ran into Baz Luhrmann and basically pitched to Baz Luhrmann to be able to make the film in Queensland.
Yeah.
And it was and he just was like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'll do that. That's great. Yeah. And I just think more needs to be done in terms of for people to be able to just have those conversations with big directors to bring their stuff overseas and, have really great opportunities and investments to be able to then make that content.
Yeah. Yeah. Anastasia Palaszczuk certainly has done a lot of international travel promoting Queensland.
100%.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people hate because they hate Anastasia Palaszczuk.
Yeah, so who knows what's going to happen next Queensland election? It's very hard to know what's happening. So Notu saying 2 + 2 = 2 + 2. That honestly, not something I'd change your mind over. But you know what's going to happen? I feel like I'm kind of busting to go to the loo, and it's about the time when I'd normally go to bed. So I might just do that because I'm sitting here going I have a lot of pressure, man. I'm just going to show. I put this pina colada. I'm clarifying. Put it back through. It's a little bit lighter now. Very clear. A little amber. So I'm going to be tasting that tomorrow. I'm going to leave it overnight.
Well, hopefully I will have my campaign up and running on Thursday, and I can join you. And
we can share links and shine.
Working like a crazy person and getting donations.
That sounds like a good deal. All right. Good night, everyone.
Bye.
We'll take